If you're an Aries, then 2026 is going to mark a turning point as Uranus is going to complete 8-year rule cycle. Today we'll be discussing the karmic shifts heading your way, especially regarding your professional life and your finances. Now, for the full picture to understand, try to listen to the rising sign, which we also call as ascendant, for that external change, for that tangible change that's going to take place, and your moon sign for that mental and emotional impact that is going to happen because of that tangible change that's coming into your life. Now, let's get into it. So Uranus transit in 2026 will be impacting your second house. It represents your personal finances. It represents your communication. It is your pleasure, your values, your self-worth. And in the second half of the year, your third house, which is your speech, your intellect, your early education, your sibling, your neighbors, your short travels, all of that. Let's understand how it will work on a karmic level. See, it is wrapping up its 8-year-old journey on April 26th. Now, past 8 years, your focus would have been on your second house related matters. What were these things? It would have been either your income or your communication, on how you can improve your communication, how you're enjoying your pleasures. And the current direct motion of Uranus in Taurus on February 4th, which would have been the last direct station in the sign of Taurus till April 26th, is going to push you to make that visible external change that you have been already working for past 8 years. You already might have made it, but Uranus is going to push this so that this change is visible to others also. That visibility is going to be very strong. Now, when Uranus will move into Gemini in April, it is a beginning of a 7-year period of your life where the focus will be on your third house related matters. As I mentioned earlier, third house is what? Third house are your efforts, your speech, your short travels, your siblings, your neighbors, and you know, all those areas. So start planning how you want this cycle to run for you and take advantage of this period, especially how you can improve your skills and your perspective in life, because it's a 7-year long transit. Let's talk about your career and your finances. See, in both these areas, you must have been feeling for a long time, for almost 8 years, that you are not appreciated enough as per your skill level, or your mind or your knowledge are underused. And this is where you were trying to break free of the cycle. This new cycle of Uranus in Gemini after April is going to give you that direction, and it's the direction to your cravings to break free, and leading you to take on activities like writing, sales, or hands-on role, or even brushing your technical skills that you used to have. Now, and this way, you also might end up with sudden podcast deal, or any communication related field. Who knows, your content just might get viral, or the business that you're setting up, or the business you already have will see a sudden growth. It's going to be very sudden. There is also a very strong chance of you doing job hopping, or even freelancing by mid 2026. See, if you have been in the place work right now, it might be because you were saving some money for an investment that you wanted to make in future, or you were simply in that place because you felt safe and secure, not necessarily happy or content. But this upcoming period is going to push you out of your comfort zone to venture out. Now, as far as your finances are concerned, you will see a very erratic increase both in your expenses and your growth, which but obvious is natural, because when we work on our skills, we have to spend before we can yield the benefit. So make use of this time to improve your skills, and it is going to be totally worth it when you will see the growth in you. Remember, this is a 7-year period we're talking about. There could be chances of income coming from multiple streams, but be very cautious in the month of September when Uranus gets in its retrogression. As we know, typically is a period that gives you time to review, and for you especially, it is going to test both your patience and your intelligence. So make sure to review any risky ideas before you strive for that big win, or before you sign any contract. Try being very mindful when you're launching your projects. Things will happen where you're launching a lot of multiple projects only to realize that you've scattered your energy across many different platforms. So be mindful where you're giving out the energy and where you're reserving the energy. Another area that you should focus on is your speech, as your third house is going to be active. When you're communicating, it is very important sometimes to draw a line both at work and at home. Why I say so is because sometimes we sabotage ourselves with our own words. I understand that honesty is great and very liberating, but most of the time one should either stay quiet or silent when you don't know how to address the problem, or use diplomacy in your communication to avoid any kind of regret later on. Overall, you will not only have lot of opportunities to experiment with in in the digital world, with digital products, with new pricing models for your business, but also you will be able to acquire new skills like coding or writing, anything to do with communication. Along with these changes taking place, try to heal your body. Try to consume healthy foods, relax your mind with short trips, or you can explore new network. Final word of caution from me is that during Uranus retrograde in Gemini from September 10th, make sure to read and go through each detail before signing any documents, especially any big contracts related to communication and technology. I would say good luck with the new cycle of change coming into your life. If you like the video, do share it with others.